All right. Hey, everybody. He's Ron Sparkman.
That's Bill Hargenrader.
We're the Mars guys. We're your co-hosts for the Space Science and Sci-Fi Summit, where we're bringing space a little closer to home. Super excited to bring you our guest today, Joseph Mallozzi. Joe, how's it going?
Great. Yourself?
Awesome. Doing great. Ron's going to read through your bio, and then we're going to jump right in.
Great.
Absolutely. So we have Joseph Mallozzi today. He is the co-creator of Dark Matter, as well as the writer and executive producer on the Stargate, SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe TV series, which makes my heart pitter-patter a little bit. Very excited.
Absolutely. It's short and sweet. Joe, we're going to jump right in. And so basically, we're going to break from our normal format, kind of give a Dark Matter public service announcement. At time of this recording, some things that hasn't been renewed. What is like the current status? What are some things that people can do to raise awareness about dark matter?
Sadly, I can tell you that basically just before I got on, I had to break the news to the fans on the internet that's all good things must come to an end, and we were not able to find a home for dark matter. And much the same for season 4. We actually did a room for season 4. We got 7 or 8 stories broken before it. I want to say had the rug pulled out from underneath us, but let's say had the rug pulled out from underneath.
Yeah. Let's call it as it is.
Especially with the most popular shows.
Yeah. Anywho, celebration time. It's a celebration of life. And so this is the final spoiler alert question, and you kind of just mentioned that 7 or 8 stories. It's okay if you can't, but is there anything you can share about maybe one of the stories or anything that would have happened in a 4th season? If you got to save it, that's cool too.
No. I mean, I can tell you sort of a bit. For instance, the character of 2, we were going to, we reveal the fact that she has a daughter, and her daughter is under the care of a character named Crichton, who, she would essentially seek out, who would, she entrusted her child to this character called Crichton, and leaves him as essentially a password, because she was created in a lab by a dwarf star. So in case someone else, a facsimile comes after her, she knows he would know it would be her. But of course, her memories are wiped. She goes back to reclaim the child, and he sees her as an enemy. And so that would have created a really interesting dynamic. So that's kind of where her story would have started in the next season. Season 3, as for 3, for him, it would be all about his reunion with Sarah. The fact that, he's never been the biggest fan of androids, although our ship's android sort of made him come around. And, we were going to explore him having to come to terms with Sarah as an android and his struggles with that. And then ultimately, this idea that because she is now an android and she is persecuted or sought out by the authorities, she will be even more different, or basically be able to have to sort of take steps to safeguard herself and her new android friends that will surprise him and create a rift in their relationship, which will complicate things even more. As for Ryo Ishida, there were plans to have him come back to the ship, not as Ryo Ishida because he's too dangerous. The other option, I know fans were talking about wiping his memories, and that really didn't make sense. In fact, it was something that was addressed in one of the episodes, but Jay, the other producer, took it out, which is very frustrating. But essentially, the idea that if you'd be just working with a blank slate, and there's no solution, easy solution there. You don't know which way he's going to go. And then the android, this is a spoiler alert for potential season 4, will come up with a solution in transfer transit. And the idea being that the way transfer transit works is when you get in, essentially it's like a time backup of your memories. And so essentially your memories are uploaded to the original, into the pod, and then relayed over, and then you make memories there, and they're downloaded back. And she's going to point out, actually, we do have a template of 4's memories stored in the buffer of a transfer transit pod the last time he used it. And the last time he used it on the ship to go somewhere was back in episode 7, which was the quest for the blink drive, when him, 3, and 5 travel over. And this was before episode 8, where before he basically started the dark turn and found out about, his alternate Ryo Ishida. So, that's essentially what the device we would have used to bring him back on the ship as the 4 we knew, and he would have awakened, and one of the first things he would have said was, "Where's Nix?" And very much I would have loved to pursue that storyline of him back with the crew, paralleling this idea of sort of like, you've made terrible mistakes in the past, and he's weighed down with the guilt of inadvertently causing the death of this woman he loved and causing his friends so much hardship. So that would have been really cool. 5, we would have gone after her sister, who her name is Karina, which was one of the hints in the Android's flash forward sequences, and she was an adopted daughter of Renault, and that's another storyline we would have gone after. 6 basically would have been on the other side. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
There were a couple of ways that could have gone. But if I had my way, that would not be the last we would have seen of 6.
Yeah.
And then the android, we would have just continued her, settling in as a member of the crew. I wanted to give her own quarters eventually. So she would, I would love to do a scene where she asked to, and I would love to have my own quarters. And they'd like, sure. And so essentially all she would do is transfer her pod, her recharge platform, into her room, and she would have like a closet with all her different outfits, so she could change up outfits, and her journey would have continued in her connection with the androids and this burgeoning android rebellion, and sort of the push and pull between her friends and her loyalty to her friends and humanity, and the very real dangers that her kind face. And all amidst the backdrop of the corporate war, of course. One of the things that I actually wanted to do was bring Wexler on as a full-time crew member as well, and offer kind of an interesting, kind of twist, on the fact that basically his character is very much what 3 was in season 1. And, I love the interplay between those 3 characters, and also the interplay between Ennis and Melissa. And also, Issa, who played the character of Solara, is a character who, in one episode in season 3, hinted at the fact that she used to be a former, what we call Stellar Defense Corps member. And the Stellar Defense Corps is going to be on the front line of defense against this alien invasion. She's going to sign up and eventually end up on an op with our crew. And so that's a way to sort of, bring her back in. So, we had tons of ideas to keep all these balls in the air. And it would have been fun.
Wow. Well, for the love of all that is holy, please, can we have a comic book or something?
No, I got to thank you. I got to thank you for sharing that. We'll share that. We'll share this with our audience and beyond. And that's it's all up there. It's all in your head, but getting it out there. And just thanks for giving us a glimpse into that. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.